so please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to another Crypto Bros
And a Holly Girl.
podcast number 99.
Ooh, 99.
One more away from episode 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize for coming on a little bit late today. We were on Trucker Space with Interlink talking pretty much football, but then a little bit about every sport. Some I don't even know anything about, but it was a lot of fun. We're really rooting for those guys. So we got a lot on the agenda, so we better get started.
Yep.
So first things first, we have to address the elephant in the room, and that would be scams in this space. In particular, one that we were made aware of late last night, and one that was kind of dear to our hearts. Holly, do you want to let the people know what we're talking about?
So, I have no words. As far as you guys, some of you know, if you were on the podcast last week, we did shout out a community member who we had thought had terminal cancer, and was ending, his life was coming to an end. We just didn't know when. Well, that happened on Tuesday. We had, his family got on his Twitter page and posted that Kenny had passed. Well, it came out yesterday that it was not the case. People started questioning some things that were being put out there by his family. And the family response was a little bit odd, which caused them to dig a little deeper. And we all know the internet has some investigators like I've never seen before, and they will catch you on your shit. And that is exactly what happened.
Do not try to hide.
Yeah, they found out. I mean, they went as far as, looking the way that Kenny would write in DMs compared to how their family did, down to the space and the period in his sentences were exactly the same way written. It was insane. Along with that, they also found an obituary that was previously written for somebody else. Mm-hmm. And all the kids' names that Kenny said he had were in that obituary.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they dug deep, and thank goodness for them. I mean, in all honesty, I cannot believe that Kenny, I don't even believe that's his real name or her name. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman or a dog. I don't know at this point.
It's a crazy dog.
Yeah. Smart. But, when it's all said and done, I'm thinking, well, he was a very shitty scammer because he could have got away with all of it had he not been the narcissist that he was and kept posting as his family. My blood is boiling, you guys. I am disgusted because of all the ways to scam people, I just feel like cancer and dying should be off limits because there is some lady out there or a bitch that we know is called karma, and she is coming for you when you do that. And I wouldn't want that karma ever. And no amount of money would ever inflict that karma on me. Ever.
I'm with you. It was one of those deals. I mean, even when I got to know Kenny over the last 2 to 3 weeks, I mean, when we were talking about last week, we actually got a little bit emotional about it. And right. I shared, last week that part of the reason is because it had a lot to do with the same sort of situation that my mom went through when she got sick.
Yeah.
And then if you find out last night, actually, I found out about midnight. I was literally getting in bed and somebody DM'd me and said, "Hey, have you heard the news?" And I thought, no, this can't be real. I said, "Are you serious?" And honestly, my first thought, I was angry. I was mad. I really was. And then I slept on it, and I didn't post anything about it. I slept on it. And then I thought, this isn't the first time I've been scammed for the same sort of thing. And I hope it's not the last time. And the only reason I say it like that is because I do not want it to harden my heart in a place to where I quit giving. There's been times where I've given. I'll tell you a quick story. I was at a gas station in the city. It was late at night. I was coming back from a meeting. I stopped to get something to drink, and this guy that looked like he didn't have a nickel to his name begged me for $10 just so he could put gas in his car so he could get to Sedalia, Missouri. And if you know where Sedalia is, in conjunction to Kansas City, $10 of fuel might barely get you there.
Mhm.
And I had this $200 in my wallet for like 4 months building up to this point, and I didn't really have anything for it. And it just hit me. I'm going to give him the $200. Got it. He thanked me. God blessed me. All that stuff. Got in my car, went to drive away, saw him walk over to a Cadillac Escalade, give somebody else the $200, and then go to the next car and start doing the same thing. And right then and there, all the way on the drive home, I thought, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
And then it hit me. No, I think as long as we're doing it from the right place and it's coming from the heart, that we can't let these, honestly, I will call them evil people. I think scammers are some of the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Evil people stop us from being generous with what we've been blessed with. And so I woke up this morning. I wasn't mad anymore. Still surprised, right? There was, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later. There was a space that Ghost had put on, and I actually won one of the prizes, and I just donated it to his wallet because why not? You know, a lot of bad stuff going on in that family, and I'm not the only one. This isn't about me. But there's a lot of people that have done that. And it was just sad to see so many people, because here's the thing. I think that there are people out there that will not ever give again because of something like this.
I agree.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I'm just not going to be that guy.
Yeah, it's not in me. Like, as much as I am mad about that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I just kind of take it as you live and you learn. I am what I believe. I'm fairly great at pointing out the scammers. Like, I know right away, and not one thing made me believe that that he was a scammer. I just I didn't believe it, you guys. Even, you know, when Rudy had told me, I was questioning Rudy, like really pressing her to figure out, how do you know this? Are you sure? Because I would hate for all of this, you know, to come out and it actually be true.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine that, because if something to my family member happened and that was like what I was getting on the receiving end, but there was just too many coincidences and too many things that were like, okay, that didn't make sense. I mean, you know, his family was saying that, you know, he was found alone, or he was, you know, they didn't find him. He was found by a nurse or something like that. And some people tried to say, you know, well, there's no obituary there. You know, why can't we find anything on this? And within like minutes of them complaining about that, all of a sudden an obituary popped up that was very vague. And like, I could go on that site and make one for myself if I wanted to.
Right.
When they looked, it had 0 views. Like, it was just fishy all around. I cannot believe this. You went to this length to scam. I mean, there's other ways that this isn't, to fake your death is insanity to me. To fake your death on X.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, but I think that's the difference between good people and evil people. Is good people don't think of things like that. Like, good people are not going to ever think that I'm going to scam people with my death to make money.
Right. But do you realize that had, you know, his family posted that he had passed and then never posted again, he would have got away with it.
Yeah.
He would have got more money too. People for 2 or 3 weeks would have sent that wallet money.
Well, and the thing is, do you know, so we did our Family Feud space on Friday, and all of the proceeds I was going to give to Kenny's wallet, and then Ghost actually matched me of what I was going to give. And so it was a pretty good amount that we were going to send that way. For some reason, I got lucky because I got really busy and I was like, well, I can send it, on Monday or whenever I'm free, like whatever. It's not that big of a deal. And then this came out. So I actually never sent that money that way. And I'm not going to
Well, yeah, not now.
The wallet drained within people started questioning. All of a sudden the wallets were being drained. And I think I read at one point, like it was up to $20,000 that he cashed out on.
Wow.
And also there was rumors that this wasn't the only community he had done that with.
No,
either.
the XRP, they talked to XRP community, some people from there, and come to find out he was saying the same song dance over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mind blown. I just can't. This is just not the news
I will tell you, it's the weirdest thing that's happened to me in 2024. There's been a lot of weird things, but yeah,
That's strange.
I don't think Meg would mind that I throw that out there, but he was actually the one that DM'd me about it. And so I went to the space last night and I listened to it for about 20 minutes and I thought, this is ridiculous. And not because of what they were saying, but just because somebody would go to that length.
Yeah.
Like that is a well thought out, slow process. Because I had conversations with Kenny the night before he supposedly died through DM because he couldn't talk and all that stuff. So,
I mean,
1,000 XRP.
He could have kept this going for a long time and then said, oh, I went into remission. Like he could have really kept this going for a really long time where he didn't have to die.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just something I want to throw out there. My prayer is that people don't, listen, anytime something like this happens, there's that sting that's new. And I understand everybody being cautious. And I would ask people to be cautious in the future. But I would also ask that when we find out that at least we've done our due diligence and that it seems that it is real, that we still are giving people whatever that means to whatever person, to some person that might be $10 for somebody else. They might do whatever, but I don't want to live in a world where we don't have generosity is what I'm saying. And we can't let things like this completely kill our generosity, even though I think that we can be smarter about it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, without naming any names, there was somebody else a few years back in a different community that kind of got away with scamming people too. And there were people that we know that sent money to that. Oh, you're one of them?
Yeah, like 3 times.
See, there was something that never sat well with that, and I never did donate to that cause. I don't know, but yeah. Anyways,
it wasn't when she involved the animals. That's when I was like, oh man,
you got sucked in because of the animals. I knew it.
Oh,
yeah, it was like, but I mean, that person had everybody fooled to where they were supporting it. And so like same thing with Kenny. He had us all fooled and I was like, we're donating, let's do this, let's help him, let's help his family. Like, but that's something that I would do for anybody. For anybody. I mean, we did have, somebody who had passed last year or actually almost 2 years ago.
It's almost been 2 years.
Yeah, crazy. She was a friend of mine and I did everything I could for her boys, and so that's kind of how it felt this time around. Like, oh man, here we have another, and it's just so hard when you have a death within a realm that you don't really know these people. You just believe in them.
I'm with you 100%.
This isn't, if anything, it makes me mad, but this isn't going to change who I am. I can't help who I am. I can't.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad because I don't think it should. And I just think it opens our eyes a little bit and then we'll get comfortable again. It's a cycle and we'll do something stupid and we'll get taken advantage of and I'll be okay with it then too.
Yeah.
Roll with punches.
Yeah. Just roll with the punches a little bit.
But one thing I do hope that everybody understands, and especially going forward, it's not fair to blame people, especially when you don't know. I've seen people saying, oh, it's so-and-so, that he's behind the Kenny account. And there's
I haven't seen that.
Like, I just feel like just because you got scammed from this one person, he could be his own damn person. That's, it doesn't necessarily mean he's somebody from the community that you need to worry about. Keep your eyes open, please. I do want to say that, but stop with the blame game. If you don't know for certain, I suggest just keep your mouth shut, keep it close to you, and keep your eyes open.
Yeah, if you have proof, that's a different ballgame.
A whole different ballgame.
But if you don't, then I'm with you, Holly. I think that's something that we got to make sure that just we don't get overrun with anger. Because listen, I understand the disappointment, because there were, I don't know if I should say hundreds of people, but there were people that I do not know that were continually giving to that wallet. So a lot of people got taken advantage of, and not everybody's going to handle it the same way. And I'm not even saying it's wrong to be mad and not give for a while or whatever. Just for me personally, I got to make sure that it doesn't harden my heart so much that I'm assuming everyone that needs help doesn't need it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
But what's crazy to me is, back when Safe Moon was real big. Bruno, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about Bruno for a minute there.
That's all right.
When Bruno at the beginning was really big, kind of like, how Zach kind of took off. I don't remember there being this huge amount of people who came out that have these stories. This is new for me. Like, how many people need help and how many people have some thing going on. Now, I'm not discrediting any of them. I'm not. But I feel like there is a target towards these communities, and especially the bigger communities that, really preach unity, positivity, all of that, that scammers really go towards that, because I have seen it more in the last month than I've seen it my 2.5 years, almost 4 years of crypto.
I would agree with that 100%. I think that it's like that in all aspects of life, though, isn't it? If you see somebody that is super nice, super positive, those are the people you're not going to go attack or try to get one over on some big bruising guy that looks like, he could care less about whatever. You're going to go after those people with the big hearts. And because honestly, that's part of the cross we bear with having a big heart, is that we were going to get scammed. That's going to happen because we want to see the good in people.
Yeah.
And at some level, as weird as it sounds, I got to be okay with that, because I don't want to be hardened and angry all the time with everything going on. So, but to each their own. I mean, I totally get it. I would never judge somebody for being mad and upset. But yeah, let's make sure that before we start throwing opinions out there of who this person is, that we have proof, because you can really damage somebody's reputation and not know. It's almost like with the whole Kenny situation. I didn't want to believe it because I was afraid maybe the investigators were wrong. Like that wasn't the case, and then all of a sudden the kids would come back and there would be something thrown out there. We realized we all got upset for no reason. But as the hours have turned into a day now and this and that, it doesn't seem like that's the case. So just be careful out there. That's all we really wanted to share with you on that. And moving forward, give where you think you need to give. And if you happen to get taken advantage of, just know that if your heart is in the right place, then I believe you're still doing the right thing, even if scammers take advantage of you. So
agreed. And yes, Mima has been commenting, and trusting your gut is something that we should all do. And she said she didn't get that warm and fuzzy feeling, right? With this. And so she just kind of, took a step back and wasn't so involved in that. And yeah, I'm happy for you, Mima. I really am, because the people who did, we just got burnt, and it doesn't feel good, because I really, really, really liked Kenny.
Yeah, it's sad.
And the things but what's crazy is, so I went back. I was able to go back to, our DMs last night, because I wanted to do some comparing as well to the things that were already out there. And he literally said exactly the same thing to me that he said to so many people.
Yeah.
Like word for word.
Cut and paste type of thing.
And you know what's crazy? So I went back and I couldn't find our conversation. And so I typed in the name, and all of my messages are there to him, but all of his are gone.
Yeah, same.
So,
I was just going to say that I realized that about 2 hours ago that whole DM thread is gone. So, but anyways, let's talk about something more positive. You guys want to hear a funny story?
always.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so last week, and I think you guys are really going to laugh at this because it involves me and pain. But last week, I was at a church camp. I was preaching on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night at a church camp.
That's a lot.
And it is a lot. Trust me, it is a lot. Like I took a Thursday night, I got home, went to bed at 4, woke up at 9, and screwed up my entire sleep schedule for the entire week. But it was worth it. It was good. But the very first night on Sunday, a week ago today, we were sitting there, and right before I went on the stage, I felt like I had gravel in my mouth. And I was like, what is that? I lost a filling. And then my mouth started throbbing. So about 30 minutes into it, had about 10 minutes left, the rest of it fell out. So I had to wrap things up really fast. Now, I'm a very, very frugal person, okay? So I call the dentist first thing Monday morning. I can't find a dentist that can see me until this upcoming Tuesday, like in 2 days, that doesn't want to charge me a bunch of money because they're not my normal dentist. They want to do all the x-rays, all the other stuff. So I'm actually going to get it fixed on Tuesday. So I have been on a liquid diet all week.
I have worked that thing out.
Yeah. Greg's already offered. I told him no. But yeah, so it was insane. That was just the start of my crazy week.
As much as I enjoy when you have pain, the one thing that I don't wish on anybody is your mouth. Yeah. There's something about when your teeth hurt. Oh my gosh, you can't think straight. It's horrible. I remember, I don't know. I had a tooth infection at one point, and I paced. I was in so much pain. I was pacing all night. I couldn't sleep. The only thing that would help is I would get water and just put it in the side of my cheek where it was, and it would relieve the pain for just about 5 seconds, and then I would swallow it and do it again. It was the worst. So I have been super lucky though, to be honest, that it doesn't really hurt. Every once in a while it kind of throbs, but the hardest food I've been able to eat is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And even if that gets to the wrong spot, then okay, I'm done.
You pee your pants?
So no, I haven't peed my pants yet.
Peeing your pants is cool.
I'm drinking a
GoFundMe for you.
Yeah, I said that up there. Please, Rudy, do not start a GoFundMe.
It up.
I could have went to the dentist. I could have afforded it, but I'm super frugal and I was not spending the extra money for like x-rays and stuff like that. So it's my own fault. It's my own fault.
Hey, at least you haven't had 2 teeth pulled this year.
True.
I know.
And go to the emergency room because of a tooth infection.
Yeah. So
that was bad. That was real bad.
Yeah. I actually
almost died.
I think part of the reason that this happened is because I laughed at your pain, Greg. And then
you did.
I got it back.
Karma.
Yeah.
That's karma.
Oh, so, your tooth hurts, Greg.
I'll show you.
Oh, you're in the emergency room, Greg.
Sitting in memes and stuff.
I actually think we should talk about. Wait, were you done? That was your story?
That's it. Go.
Okay. So I don't think we need to get into it because I am not a political type of girl.
Yeah.
However, I think we do need to address the fact that Joe Biden is stepping out of the 2024 election.
Yeah.
So who do you think is going to step in?
It's Kamala. I just don't know who the vice president, who she's going to choose for the vice president. I don't know.
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, you can't just throw that out there and not expect this to be a 80-minute segment for Greg.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying by any means that I am for Kamala being president, and I have my own opinions. I don't want to get into that because that's where it starts to be black rebuttals. So,
but doesn't the Democratic?
I think we do need to address that. I mean, this is our nation that we're talking about, and the Democrats
don't have Biden, huh? Doesn't the Democratic convention vote on who they want?
I'm not sure how that goes. Is that
Something
what
like that.
happens?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there's
so it's not just Joe Biden
No,
says Kamala
that's Joe.
comes in.
That's Joe's.
Okay.
Yeah.
so the way it works is there's delegates, and then they are the ones that now actually decide who is going to run for the Democratic ticket.
Uh-huh.
And if they can't get it decided, then they appoint super delegates, and those delegates will decide who is going to be running. So the part that people are upset about is that now the voters don't have a say because they already ran their primaries.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now that the primaries are over, now it goes to the delegates, and now the voter doesn't actually have to say a say in who it is. So, yeah, I
Do we
think it's
ever
going to
have a
be.
say?
So who
I
do
don't
you
know.
guys think is gonna?
I think it depends on whether or not they want to win. If they really
Agree.
and I know that sounds weird, but sometimes I think political parties will be like, okay, we'll just go straight to, we'll throw this person on the bus, we'll get it 4 years down the road.
Yeah.
I think that if they throw Kamala out there, one, for entertainment purposes only, I would love to see that debate with her and Trump. I think that would be hilarious.
The debate. Yes, I'm like.
Yeah,
yeah.
not for
I
4
wanna
years
hear-
of running
yeah, for 4
our
years.
country. But if they want to win, I think you're going to see. I don't even really want to say it out loud, but my gut tells me that you're going to see Michelle Obama on
Oh my
some
gosh,
part of
I
that
was
ticket.
just going to say that right now.
Yeah?
It would be, I really do
Hillary.
think that Michelle
Or both.
Obama would win it.
Yeah.
And then to have the vice president as a female, all of that, like, not even who the best of the job is, the fact that it'll make history to have a female president, a female Black president, and a female vice president.
Mhm.
That is a thing. As much as people don't, want to tiptoe around that, I really do think that would beat it. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that there's a really good chance. I just don't. I don't. And listen, I'm not going to win this argument. I've just never been a fan of picking the leader of our nation based on popularity and
Me
not
neither.
policy.
Me neither.
People will do the popular part before the policy part, and it doesn't matter if the person is popular. We need policy in DC
Mhm.
to make things work the way they should work. So to not get deep into politics, it is a very interesting time. I'm not saying it's never happened, but I can't think of another time where somebody was already been endorsed that they basically stepped back and said, no, I'm out, especially like at this late in the game.
Yeah.
So,
To be 100% honest with you, it needed to happen.
Yes, Meg.
Listen, and this isn't anything against really Joe Biden, but from what I've seen in the last speeches that he has done, he's just not all there.
He needs to retire. Yeah.
He never was.
It is his time. I think he should have came to that conclusion, like, at a while ago when it came to like
6 years ago.
Well,
pride is a big thing.
Well, there's that. That's why I actually am surprised that. But when the writing's on the wall and you have so many people backing out of endorsing you and just pretty much saying you need to go, it's your time to go.
Money talks, and people were stop donating money to the cause. So
AI for president.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. I think our country. I think our country is definitely in a weird spot, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
It is crazy. I've never been
Meg.
through something like this. I'm interested to see what happens. I'm sure.
How fake is death?
It's going to be an adventure.
No, we don't need any more fake deaths. Okay.
Yeah, no more fake deaths.
All right, Meg. Yeah, Meg.
Hi, Joe. Joe Jester.
Right now, Greg is completely screwing up the AI's ability to edit this podcast into a short because he just starts shouting the word Meg. And so it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
This is good job, Meg.
I think you're right, though.
I'm excited for it. Hell, there's nothing that we could do to control it. So let's sit back, get some popcorn, and watch this go down. That's kind of
Yeah.
right now.
QAnon.
I like popcorn.
I like
with
popcorn.
you 100%. Just make sure it's good
Butter.
popcorn.
With
With
butter.
butter.
Yeah.
It has to be layered too. Don't be just putting the butter on the top. Layer that shit.
So
Yes, and a sprinkle cheese.
one of the things that we kind of sort of brought up last week that we need to probably be a little bit more detailed on is
Meg.
that
No.
we are now monetized. And so we found out last week, weirdly, it wasn't necessarily a thing that we were just going to throw out there, but then people did some stuff I'm not going to go into because I don't want to start a whole thing. But we want to let you guys know that, yes, we are monetized now, that we finally got to the threshold in YouTube. And honestly, we probably could have got monetized a few months ago, but we sort of forgot about it with everything that was going on. And we kind of wanted to share with you that we are, to be transparent, and then the reasons why. And we're not looking to be like millionaires on this thing, anything like that. I mean, that'd be pretty sweet. But at the same time, it's not free to do this. Like, there's expenses out there. And so it'd be nice to cover some of those. But we just thought we make some money on some ads if that was a thing. So we'll see what happens. But since it was thrown out last week, I just kind of want to clarify like our intent behind monetizing. So
Yeah.
Anybody got anything to add to that, or are we all just reading comments?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Joe
you said something.
We're being entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said something about covering all the costs, Josh. You'd do that and be good.
That's
got
what
it.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that
what
would be
making all the money.
That would be
All right.
real sweet. Yeah. So the last thing before we get into some of these other segments, because man, it's already been half an hour, is the fact that next week is our 100th episode, which is a pretty cool milestone, and we're pretty excited for it. So I just wanted to give you guys kind of a heads up of what that's going to look like. There is going to be some giveaways there. There's going to be a cool announcement that's going to come out next week. We're also going to go with introduce you guys to a new segment. And
what?
Yeah, there's going to be different things that pop out next week.
Greg got fired.
Holly asks like she doesn't know. Yes, she does.
It's gonna be good.
But it's there's a lot of things that are going to pop off next week that I think are going to be really, really cool. I actually have a little bit of surprise for my other three co-hosts here that we're going to show you guys. That everybody's going to see at the same time. It'll be a lot of reminiscing, a lot of storytelling, kind of where we started to where we got. And I'm, for one, I'm really, really looking forward to next week. I think it'll be a really good time.
Now I'm really excited.
Rudy.
Like, I don't know everything
Buzzer.
at all, but I'm here for it. Usually I don't like surprises, and so I'm surprised I haven't been like, Josh,
Well,
what are you doing?
So
What
are we
doing?
getting frog legs again?
No.
Ooh, frog legs.
But there might be a couple references to that. We'll see.
Oh Lord.
There very well could be.
So I have to go back to a comment real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Joe Joester had said, I bought 10 boxes of Twinkies a couple weeks ago, and he was given a bag of kettle corn.
10 boxes. Wow.
What do you need 10 boxes for, Joe?
10
Deep
boxes
fried.
of
Ooh.
Twinkies.
Deep
A
fried.
lot of freaking Twinkies.
Nice Zelda logo.
Yeah, that is that's a lot of
I
Twinkies.
just like read that one. I'm like, that's a lot of Twinkies. I am one for Twinkies, but not 10 boxes. That's a
Deep
lot.
fried. That is a
Deep
lot.
fried.
I've never had a deep fried Twinkie. I want
Me
one
either.
so bad.
Oh, I've just one time. Just
Yeah,
one time,
I
and
just
it was
want to try
like,
it one time. I know it's probably not the healthiest, but
oh, probably not.
Everything fried is just better. So
I think you could take the word probably out of that statement.
It was good.
his dogs like
It was-
Twinkies.
Delicious.
Oh, well, that
Now
makes
I
more
feel like
sense.
I need to go get my dog's Twinkies.
You are definitely
The
going to
sugar
do
high.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Talk about sugar.
Oh, I did want to share something with you guys real fast. So in that space that we were talking about earlier, I said I would reference it again. It was a lottery, like pick a number between 1 and 48.
Yeah.
So I happen to be there. You guys know me, right? I'm a numbers guy. I can't be in a space like that without creating something like this. So I have this spreadsheet.
This guy.
And I didn't even like go to the top of the like ask to guess numbers. I was just sitting there Xing them off. People kept asking or saying the same number over and over and over again. So I finally go up to the top. I guess there's 4 numbers that it possibly could be. I guessed it wrong. I got to go back up to the top again. The 2 numbers were 29 and 30 were the only ones that weren't there. I guessed 30. It went all the way around and nobody guessed it right because nobody was keeping track.
What?
So finally, Rudy goes, all right, we're going to let Josh have another shot at it, but I guarantee you if we do, he's got it. And I was like, 29. and I won. So if you want to know how to win those, just make a spreadsheet and just start putting X's in them. That's what mine looked like, and it was a lot of fun. So
Of course you would do that. Like to me, I'm
that's
just thinking,
my brain.
I work with spreadsheets all day long and analytics all day long. And so I don't care how much money's on the line. I'm not doing it for a space.
It was 2,000 tokens, I think. So I was,
damn.
yeah. But then
still, I'd be like, no, I'll go guess. But
I got scammed out of them, so it's all good, I guess, in the long run.
Whoops.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will move on to the fun stuff then, if everybody's ready.
Okay, so it's HOLLITIVITY time. As I'm still like reading comments, I need to just block those out because I get too invested in what everybody else is saying.
Yeah, this is going to be the weirdest podcast to go back and watch because, just because of that. But it'll be fun.
That's all right. So today's HOLLITIVITY is brought to you by somebody who I absolutely adore. He just had a birthday, and this is KingTurner. So he had posted a meme that I feel like is amazing. Laziness kills ambition. Anger kills wisdom. Fear kills dreams. Ego kills growth. Jealousy kills peace. Doubt kills confidence. Now read it from right to left. And so when you read this from right to left, it's everything on the positive side. Ambition kills laziness. Wisdom kills anger. Dreams kill fear. Growth kills ego. Peace kills jealousy, and confidence kills doubt. And when he posted this the other day, I was like, I love this so much. And it just so happens to be his birthday. And he is one of my favorite people, honestly, in the space. I have a lot of favorites, but King has been my number one for a really long time. I mean, since I started, I met King and we became close since then. His family is amazing. His wife is amazing. He is just a great person. So if you're not following KingTurner, please do. He also is like a gamer. And so he streams on Twitch often. He's been doing it the last couple of days for his birthday. So I try to join in those little streams and stuff. And it's always just so fun to chat with him. He is one of the smartest people that I talk to. And his conversations and mine I could talk to him all day long. He is so smart and I love to pick his brain. So you need somebody, King is your man because he is awesome. And he doesn't even know I'm highlighting him. I didn't even tell him. So he's going to get surprised.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, though, that I think that you don't have to ask. Like, he gets it, and he's good people. And he posts things like that all the time. And, if you just read that list, though, how true is it? I mean, that's why it's so awesome. It's so true. Like, you got a gigantic ego, you're probably not going to grow much as a person.
Right.
But if you are growing, you're probably going to put your ego in check. And, I just thought that's one of the best tweets I've read in a long time. I thought that was pretty cool. So
I really enjoyed it. And another thing, King has like the best radio voice. He's just so chill and like, I don't know, there's something about his voice. Love it. And I really, really love King. I really do.
I agree. So kudos, round of applause for King. Good job. Yeah. It's always nice to highlight people that are out in the community that are making a difference and that are being positive even when it's not easy to be. So
correct.
It's time for Caleb's Choice.
His choice.
His rules.
All right. So Josh was at summer camp this week. Did you guys ever go to summer camp? And if you did, what was your favorite activity there?
So I've been to summer camp. It was for church.
Did
It
you?
was
Yep.
the young women's summer camp, and I hated every minute of it. I wanted to go.
Uh-oh.
Like,
How old were you?
first off, don't make me share my thoughts in a whole big ass circle of a lot of people. Like, that's weird. Don't make me do that.
You have to run in.
And they were just, I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. It was not it wasn't for me. I never went back. I went one time and that was it for summer camp.
Gotcha.
How old were you then?
I
Was
feel
this like
I
a
was
teenage thing?
12 or 13. Maybe I was like around 13, I think. Yeah.
Meg.
Yeah.
What
So
about you, Josh?
Bird.
I don't know what my favorite memory from camp is. I don't think I ever went to a summer camp that you weren't at, Caleb. So, and usually one or two of our other friends were there. So it was fun just to hang out with friends. But I don't know. I don't really know that I have a favorite memory. Swimming, maybe. That one of the camps we went to had an awesome water slide. That was fun.
Mission
Well,
Impossible.
that would be fun.
Oh yeah, we used to play Mission Impossible with flashlights. That was to
Ooh.
break somebody's bones. Somebody
Yeah.
was going to break something in that game. Luckily, it was never me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good times. Greg, you ever go to camp?
Yeah. Probably the same one you guys did. No Camp
Probably.
Jersey?
No,
You guys
I
not go to that one?
We did, but we did another one too. I was a counselor.
Oh,
at that
gotcha.
one. Yeah.
I don't know. I like the thing with the flashlight at dark, but my favorite thing was just always fishing at the pond there.
Mine was the horses.
I mean,
I enjoyed riding.
Oh, I forgot they had horseback riding at that camp.
Or-
that was probably my
putt-
favorite thing too.
putt
You're right,
golf.
Caleb.
Putt, yeah.
yeah, putt golf. I used to slam those things into the field though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so funny story, Greg, is
Yeah.
this last week I was there. One of the kids decided they were going to try to slam the golf ball over the, I don't know, the cafeteria. And from 20 yards
yeah.
away,
That's all.
Oh,
20 yards
I would've
away,
never
hit the
done that.
counselor in the side of the head with the golf ball, and he ended up getting a brain bleed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that kid
Oh.
got kicked out of camp. So
This was that past weekend?
Monday.
Yeah.
dang.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
I
one
didn't
kid,
do
one
that.
kid sprained an ankle, one kid broke his leg.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot for your little
I've
camp.
sprained both my arms there
Yeah.
before.
You doing a cartwheel?
I'm not going to even ask you what you were doing.
Oh, I was jumping over the railing and I had sandals on and I
Jeez.
caught my sandals on the railing and I landed with my hands down.
Ah,
I would have laughed if I was there.
We need an
I know you would
intermission.
have.
I
Okay.
totally forgot to do several intermissions.
all right, here we go.
All right. First question that we asked during Family Feud Space on Friday. The first person who gets it wins. If
Okay.
you're obsessed with yourself, name a place you would keep your picture. Not shark. Not shark.
Dang.
Meg.
Meg's answer is always going to be shark. It's not
Always
shark.
going to be shark, and he's never going to win this week.
No.
because never going to be shark.
Shark wasn't
Shark's
on the
never
board
the
at
answer.
all. Read the question again, Holly.
If you're obsessed with yourself, name a place you would keep your picture. Dashboard is number 5.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. So
Just
we'll
so-
watch the comments, not Koala Bear.
No, not koala bear. Sorry, 7.
Uh-oh.
That was
That's super weird that you would put your own picture on your car dashboard.
there you
That's-
go.
That is
There you go.
obsessed.
Your desk is number 3. Your phone, oddly enough, is number 6. Your wallet's number 2. Oh, the blockchain. That's a good one,
That's-
Rudy.
That is a good
That
one.
is a good one. Nobody has gotten it still.
I was
The ceiling.
The mantle, that's a good one too.
Yeah, the mantle. Well, we'll keep checking back while we run through these other questions. But
All right.
Not
Excuse me.
7 got it. With
oh,
Your home
Oh.
/ living room / over my bed. 7. Got it. Good job, 7.
Backside
Yep.
of my
Alright.
eyelids.
Question 2. Pick one song to be your ringtone for the rest of your life.
It's already on my phone, but I'm not going to play it for copyright reasons. But it is House of Pain,
Ow.
Jump Around.
Mm.
Yeah. that would
Mainly
be
because
yours.
it's so
That was yours.
annoying, it actually wakes me up.
Damn, that's a hard one, Caleb. I don't know because my ringtone right now is just a ring. Like
That's
it
mine.
just
Mine's the old
rings.
phone. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like
Mm.
any song.
I figured it'd be Beatles song for you, Holly.
Gosh.
Well, which one? Because I feel like Let It Be would just be too like quiet. It wouldn't like be a
Would you want the
oh, here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. He is like latched onto my earring.
would you want an instrumental only, or would you like the
Oh,
singing
that
part
would
too?
be a good. Here Comes the Sun instrumental only would be probably mine for sure.
Gotcha.
That's a very peaceful song.
I love that song. Love it. I actually was going to wear my shirt that says Here Comes the Sun today.
The sun comes out every day, and where you live this time of year, it feels like, though.
Yeah, and actually not around this time for real because it's monsoon season, and so we do have we get storms overnight that last kind of to the morning, and then the sun comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Want me to sing
What about
it?
you, Josh?
Mine was Jump Around.
Oh yeah, I'm at Greg.
Man, that's tough.
It's a
Well,
hard
oh.
one. This one is a hard one.
Man, a go-to though, I would probably say "Before I Forget" by Slipknot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna go with the Knight Rider theme song.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
interesting.
That's a
Knight
good
Rider.
one. That's a good one.
yeah, that is a good one.
Mhm.
Hmm.
All right. Last one. Name the top 5 healthiest foods.
So when
I-
you sent this to me, I'm guessing you know what they are.
Yeah, I wrote them down just in case.
I'm gonna. Here, got my trusty piece of paper out over here. I'm gonna guess broccoli. Is that one of them?
It's number 2.
Okay.
I got nothing. Why can't I was singing like salad?
Shark.
Brussels
but it's not
sprouts.
on there.
Ugh.
Brussels
Is salad on
sprouts.
there? Oh, avocado's a good one, Maria.
Beets is number 3.
Oh, gross.
Beets.
Beets.
That is gross.
I've never had beets actually.
I have. I'm not
but
a
I
huge
just
fan.
can't.
but-
I don't think I like them, so I'm not going to try them.
Spinach.
I think I like them.
Spinach is number 4.
Wow.
I love spinach.
Chicken, probably not, huh?
Not on there. Not on the top 5.
Like none of any meats or
There's
any
one
fish.
meat on
Fish.
Fish is number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, fish.
Fish.
You know,
I
in
just
all
had some
honesty,
fish.
I don't eat fish. I don't like I think I got one off of your top 5 list, and that's broccoli. I actually like broccoli, but everything else is a no-go. I wish that's the one thing I wish I did eat was fish because it's so good for you on a lot of different things.
Mhm.
I just cannot get past the texture, the taste. I hate fish in real life. Like I don't like the way they look. There's nothing. I
So
just
pretty
can't.
much everything about fish you hate.
Yeah,
They're
I
in the
wish-
water.
I wish I
Their
didn't.
beady
But
little eyes.
yeah.
No, you would hate
So-
my wife's birthday lunch on Friday. I
Was
took
it
Mrs.
fish and
Josh. It was some hole in the wall place. It was seafood, but we got a basket that we shared, and we had alligator,
Oh my gosh.
Meg.
shrimp, fish, and crab cakes because she likes crab cakes.
What
and
about
then-
Mercury?
One of the things they served with it was cornbread and it has cheese on top with jalapenos in it. It was the best
That's
cornbread
good.
ever.
Okay, cornbread I would have liked because I
Yeah.
love jalapeno cornbread or green chili and cheese cornbread. Holy
Mm.
crap.
Did we
No.
get number 5, Caleb?
No. It's a
Is it
vegetable.
carrots?
No. Green
Veggie.
vegetable.
Green beans?
No.
Hmm.
It's very close to spinach.
Cabbage?
Kale. Was it
It's
kale?
Oh,
Somebody
kale.
guessed it in the comments.
Did they guess kale?
Somebody
tastes like
did.
carrot.
Rudy did.
Okay. Rudy's right.
I don't care how good kale is for you. I'm never eating it.
It tastes like dirt along with spinach.
It's-
And spinach, even if there's like a tiny
What?
bit of spinach, I can taste it, and it makes my whole
Mhm.
food
Yeah.
taste like dirt.
It's got a
Correct.
good. It's got a stout flavor.
Yeah.
Kale is nasty though.
I don't like this question because I don't have any up there that are actually
You
healthy.
got number 2. You got broccoli.
Broccoli.
There you go.
All right, Holly, you ready for your question? Because I think this may be the best one you've ever asked us.
Upside down pineapple.
What would your 10-year-old self think of who you are today or right now?
What do you think? You answer first, Holly, since this is your question.
I think my 10-year-old self would be a little shocked because I was a little shit back when I was 10 years old. And I think she would be like, who is this lady? I don't know her. Why is she nice? What is happening?
Why
is she nice?
Why is she nice? This isn't
Wow.
normal. I mean, my sister and my brother can both contest to that. I was a little hellion when I was up until my 20s. I can't even say like only at 10.
I
no,
can see that. I saw those pictures last week. I'm telling you. I think first off, my 10-year-old self will be disappointed in me because I'm not the starting third baseman of the Kansas City Royals, or I never was the starting third baseman of the Kansas City Royals because I'd be retired by now. But I think all in all, 10-year-old me would be like, wow, I can't believe that we went through so much stuff and we actually made it through it. Like, because when you're 10, like the world just seems so easy and everything's happy, and you know what I mean? And just to see if they saw the entire journey, I think that they'd be okay with it. I think they'd be all right. If not, I'll smack my 10-year-old self because he was a little dude.
Yeah, smack him. That's right.
Don't care what you think.
I would say the same thing. If he could see the whole journey, he'd be surprised of all the stuff that I got to do. Fun, good things and bad things. But yeah, be just surprised.
James said, disappointed I don't set fires anymore.
I still set
That's good. Good thing.
fires.
Good
Still
thing.
set fires. Yeah,
Only you can prevent forest fires.
He's all about fires.
I like fire. Fire.
Greg, what about you?
Greg?
My
Marie.
10-year-old self would think I was a badass because all my Comic-Con stuff, all my knickknacks, all my toys.
Oh yeah, I bet yours would think you're cool.
Yeah, he just want to play with all the toys.
I thought
But
maybe
he'd question. What's that?
I was just gonna say I thought maybe he thought he'd be disappointed because you didn't know karate.
Well, maybe he'd be disappointed because I'm not an astronaut.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I'd have to tell him,
It's not real.
dunk. So
yeah. That's the perfect segue, I think, to the next segment.
there we go. I was gonna say, I was about to ask the question again.
Were you?
Yeah. So back to school, to prove to my dad that I'm not a fool. Thanks, Caleb. This one's for you this week.
You're welcome.
So, do you have faith in our school system?
No.
You think that the kids really get an education or an indoctrination?
So you're talking about, are you going to show anything?
I got a video, yeah.
Okay, I won't say anything then, because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, I think you should show the video first.
All right.
It's good. I actually have seen it, not because he showed it to me, but Caleb sent it to me, I think, and it was actually a really good video.
This is all Caleb.
Whoa.
All right.
All you, Caleb.
You want me to throw me up there?
No. There we go.
Study that
I was
done in
waiting
the
till the video.
1960s, and it was really commissioned by NASA because they wanted to know how to hire more geniuses. So they hired George Land and his team to go out and figure out what makes a genius. So they started with a group of 5-year-olds and they gave them a creativity test. So the way they defined genius was, how do you use your creative imagination to solve problems? And what they found was, of this group of 5-year-olds, 98% qualified as geniuses. Then they came back 5 years later when this group was 10 years old, and it was down to 30%. 5 years later, at 15, it was down to 12%. And then I think they just kind of gave up in like disgust. But George Land took it further and went out and surveyed adults and found that only 2% of adults. And the thing that's also very interesting is he attributed this to school, 100% to school, that you would take a population, 98% genius, and dumb them down to 2%. And one of his quotes that I love is he said, uncreative behavior and thinking is learned.
We've lost our creativity. But they used to say that was a sign of a genius. Someone who's creative and a little chaotic, little, unorganized. They used to say that was a sign of a genius. But now the kids go to school and they're told what they should be, and they're not allowed to be who they really are. They're kind of herded into a direction.
Well, the whole No Child Left Behind initiative, where you teach down to the, I don't know what the right word is, not smartest kid. I don't want to say dumbest kid, but at some level, that's what we're talking about. You're not challenging the intelligent kids, because we can all agree not everybody's the same intelligence.
Right.
Because I will tell you, a guy that spent, obviously as much time in school as you guys did when we were kids, to a guy that now has spent 7 years as a school board member, but also as a high school basketball coach. In general, if you were to take both groups of people, the kids that are coming out of high school today are not as intelligent as the ones that came out when we were in school. They don't know how to think for themselves. They are used to everyone telling them what to do, and they don't. And listen, it's not just a school thing. I think it's a parent thing too. They are so wrapped up in instant gratification. I think a lot of that has to do with social media and the phones and things like that. That it is different. It used to be exciting for me when I would see kids graduate high school and this and that. There's some kids out there now that I'm kind of scared to see graduate, because I'm not sure what they're going to do when they get out of that building. I just don't know how much of it is a school and how much of it is that just the way that they teach kids now.
So here's the thing. I also do firmly believe that, say hi to Phoenix.
Hey, Phoenix.
The bird is behind me, and so
That's
he's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get the bird." I feel like, while there are many, and I'm going to say many because my sister is in that category. My sister is a teacher, or was this year. She's not. She's actually interning to be a principal. But the counselors, when Mally first got for her freshman year of high school, she was telling the counselors, she wanted to be in. Oh, wow. This is great.
Phoenix.
I have just a zoo going on over here. But Mally was talking to the teachers because she was in, the basic level classes, and we wanted her to be in AP classes and, the harder, more excelled classes. And her counselor, when Mally went to talk to her, pretty much told her, well, you don't need to go in those. Those are only for kids who want to go to 4-year colleges. I was freaking livid, because how do you know that she's not going to go to a 4-year college? And why are you discouraging any kids who are trying to get in, a more accelerated class and discouraging them from it? I was mind blown. And believe me, I am one of those moms who marched myself right in there and said, what are you thinking? Like, why does it take me as a parent to have to go there to make sure that she's getting in the classes she should be in? It was, I'll never forget that. I almost pulled her from the school. But I don't have the luxury to have the time to homeschool her. On top of that, there is a level of social engagement that I feel like kids do need. They need that, and that's one of the only things that, is relatively good about school.
Phoenix.
Phoenix is like, I'm not a little snack.
Really thinking about it.
Yeah, it's like,
Are we going to see murder live on the podcast?
You know that Kevin jumped on my other cat's back and was like riding him, and the cat freaked out, not Kevin. He was like so excited.
Yeah.
I can see his face as I'm looking in our screen. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I think what you bring up a lot of interesting points there for sure, though, Holly, with that. I think it's also super weird that we ask kids to decide if they're going to go to college when they're in between their 8th grade and freshman year. Like, who knows? Let's train them up the best we possibly can, and then see what ends up happening. So,
college, in my opinion, is overrated.
College?
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of job you're trying to get. I mean, it's not overrated for a doctor.
Well, true.
But
you
it
get
is
a lot of
plumber.
kids that fail are failing in high school or whatnot, who are actually very talented kids. But like you said before, the schools aren't catering to the way they need to learn or the skills that they have, because it's a program that is in coast mode. So those kids that go through failing, a lot of those kids actually end up succeeding more than the kids that go to college.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen.
It's got to be hard too, because you have a classroom of like say 30 kids, and they all learn differently. So it's hard to for the teacher too to teach to those kids for them to get it. But
I would agree with that 100%.
So I have to tell you guys.
7.
What college is this?
Right.
Oh, that's a good question. My daughter is going into college this year, and we have been going through the whole process and all this good stuff. You know how it goes. I'm excited for her to go into college. She knows, she wants to go into forensics. She's crazy, but I'm here for it. That is a job that you do have to go to college for. Now, what really, I guess when I was younger and going into college, what I just didn't think about, and now I do as a parent who has to pay for college. There are so many miscellaneous classes that have nothing to do with her actual degree that I have to pay for. And that really pisses me off, because they had her signed up. They kind of do a pre-schedule for you, and they include classes that you absolutely need for your degree. And then you have to have like prerequisites, just some random ass classes. And they put her into Dance 101. And I was like, oh, that's going to be fun. You get to dance. No, it's a freaking lecture on dance. Like,
it's a lecture?
Yes, it is a lecture. I was thinking, oh, exercise, you get to dance and learn different routines and stuff.
Wow.
No, it's absolutely not that. It is a lecture about dance, and a total waste of time, but she has to have something. Now, she ended up going in an art class. That is also a freaking lecture, but it's better than her learning about dance. She's more interested in art than she is into dance. So it just really, really boils my blood thinking about how much fluff they have to go through to get their actual degree when they're never going to use a lecture about dance ever, especially because they're not dancers. Like,
one question, Holly. How much do they charge per hour?
It's a shit ton, you guys. Like,
that's why they have to take those tests, those classes.
It's always
money, all about them. That's all about the dollar bills.
To me, she has to. I mean, for what she wants to do, it's a required degree. You have to go through school to do that, and so.
But you don't have to take dance. Being good at a dance class is not going to make you a good forensic scientist.
How about make them take only the classes that apply to their degree?
Wait,
it wouldn't be 4 freaking years.
Then you'd be able to graduate in 4 years. Now, even teachers, like high school teachers, cannot get their. Some of them can, but high school teachers cannot get their degrees in 4 years anymore.
Kevin's getting hurt.
Right.
He was. He flew down on the ground, and then Phoenix was like hunting him. That was scary.
Yeah.
I thought he was a goner.
So we're gonna have to. No, I won't even go there. Never mind. I was gonna say we could get a some sort of scam going on for Holly's bird.
Oh man.
Oh no.
All right.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Gosh, I would never. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay. We have one more question. I guess there's only going to be 2 winners because we're really close to the end.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let me see which one is the best one. All right. Name something even the laziest person in the world has to do every day.
I thought that was one of the best Family Feud questions I've ever heard.
Same. I was dying laughing. On some of these, I'm like, no, the laziest person doesn't do this every day.
Yeah.
Breathe.
And, like shower. There's no way some people are showering every day.
No.
P.
No.
Someone,
Yep.
Maria said
Wait.
P.
Maria got it with P. That was the number 1 answer.
They don't really have it. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, even if you do it in your pants, you still have to let that out.
You have to let it go.
Still
Still
gotta do
gotta
it.
go.
Another
In your
one that
pants.
was like, no, there's no way, is shaving. Josh, do you shave every day?
No.
Caleb?
And I'm not even lazy.
Right.
But I still don't shave every day.
Yeah.
That was one of the answers.
Yeah. Like
Oh, that
there
doesn't
was
seem
pee
right.
and then eat. Those are understandable. Shower is still, I'm going to beg to differ because
Yeah.
I know some
Mhm.
people don't. You don't have to shower every day. Sleep, you should. Not everybody does, especially if they have some help. Wake up. Yeah, I mean,
Wait.
wake up. Like it makes sense, but not everybody wakes up every day. Sorry.
Craig. That's right.
Well, they wake up. It just may not be for a job.
Yeah.
I don't think
shave.
anybody sleeps 24 hours. Maybe.
Put your shoes on. That was a weird one.
That's
for
what
me,
the
too.
laziest.
Okay, there
Check
have
your
been
phone.
days where I don't put my shoes on because
Me
I hate
neither.
shoes. Like,
I work from home and I am
Yeah.
not a fan of shoes. Why am I going to put them on? I mean, especially if I don't go anywhere. For what?
true, very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I don't put my shoes on a
I
lot of
don't eat
times.
breakfast either every day.
I'll
I
go-
don't like breakfast.
Yeah. Have you ever tried to drive your car without shoes though? That's weird.
Yes, that
do
is weird.
Right. So
Really, I hate it.
go into the office. Like my office is about an hour away on a good day. On a good day, it takes me an hour to get to work. An hour and a half usually. Like that's what it is. I drive with my shoes off all the time because I wear heels, and it's harder to drive in heels, I think, than it is barefoot. So, and it's actually legal not to drive with no shoes on.
Oh, I understand why. It feels really weird. I have a hard time keeping a constant speed. It's weird. I don't know.
Lose control is for.
Yeah, but I'm like talking about driving through town, like where you're not going to set cruise control and you're on the brake on. It's just, I don't know. I did it the other day just because I had to run down the road real fast, and I thought, well, that was weird. I'm not doing that again. So
yeah, I'm with Bearded. I love driving barefoot. I do too. I'm with you.
Not me. Can't do it. Well, we've been on the air for almost an hour and 10 minutes. You guys ready to put this to bed?
Let's put it to bed.
Well, I wanted, I saw you guys dancing down there and stuff like that, and it just kind of gives us a chance to, that little segue gives us a chance to kind of collect our thoughts before we shut this thing down. I just wanted to reiterate what we touched on in the beginning of don't let other people change you and who you are, especially those good qualities. It was a really weird day. Yesterday was really weird finding out all the things we found out, but don't let other people change your good qualities. You know, if there's something to learn from out of that, great. At the same time, met so many people over the last couple of weeks that are awesome people, and I don't want to see them get to be negative people. So I just wanted to reiterate that before we went off the air.
That's a good one. That's a good put to bed.
Anybody else have anything else they want to add?
Nope.
Meg.
Meg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Maria said, next week is the 100th episode. Congratulations, guys. Yeah. I am so excited. And it doesn't even feel like it's been that long, you guys, honestly.
I'm telling you,
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
There have been some ups and downs in this podcast. I think anytime you do something like this for 100 episodes, there's days where it's just like, oh man, that didn't feel right, or I didn't have the energy. I wasn't feeling good. But there's been so many positive things come from this that I'm really, really looking forward to next week. And I know that because there's the 4 of us and none of us are like in the same office, that sometimes things get turned around and we forget to tell others different things. But I'm telling you, there is some awesome things coming next week. You've got to stay tuned for that. And some pretty cool giveaways that we have never done before. So just stay tuned. We will be on the air next week, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. We won't have that space beforehand. So if you can, make it. I promise you're not going to regret it. It's going to be a really, really good time.
Yes. And Maria and 7, I will reach out to you guys for your wallet addresses.
In the meantime, guys, have a great week and God bless.
Be kind.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.